Are you living the Delaware Beach lifestyle? You can't live at the beach and do nothing. This up-and-coming year-round area has lots to offer. Find out where to eat, play, and serve. Living the ultimate dream.
All right, welcome to 302 Lifestyle Beach Podcast. Guys, today we are here to talk about the Schooley Mitchell organization, I guess it would be.
Sure.
And this fine gentleman came and we kind of did the initial setup where we kind of look at different expenses that we're going through. And it's really interesting how a service that looks at everything that you're spending in a company and has no like, okay, well, it's going to cost you just $500 just to show up and we're going to sit through it. It's actually just an honest, we care about you as a business and we want to see if there is something we can do for the initial consult. So he had come and we started getting into this, and it's just really interesting to see how this goes. If you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself and the Schooley program and how you got into this.
Sure. My name is Brian O'Sullivan. I live here in Millville, and I found Schooley Mitchell several years ago, and I was in sales for a number of years. And sometimes you work with a client and you come back and they love you, and sometimes they go, I spent a lot of money and whatever program you put me in didn't work. So I was looking for something that everybody was going to win, and I found it almost 3 years ago now. And it's the largest cost-saving organization in the world. We actually have 23,000 clients. It's company's based in a little town called Stratford, Ontario, Canada. And I went up there for what was called Discovery Day, and no one was in Delaware. So I said, let me go look at this. And halfway through the day, my wife and I said to each other, this is perfect. You're going to save people money. We don't charge anything up front for the analysis. We don't charge any money if we can't find savings. We only take a minor percentage of the savings, but the business keeps the majority. And it was amazing. And I got back and I was so excited about it because I love helping businesses. And now I'm able to do it every day, all day long. And it's great.
So that's interesting. So sales, like forever.
Yeah.
And looking for an opportunity to do what you, because you love, I would think that it sounds like you love sales because of the interaction with the people and the kind of rush that you get from, getting a deal but you're more interested in the helping people. And it sounds like this is something that you're not selling anything. You're basically just saying, hey, I'm here. I want to help you.
When I call or visit a business for the first time, first thing out of my mouth is, I'm not here to sell you a thing. I have nothing to sell. All we do is look at your expenses and make sure you're not overpaying. That's the whole nutshell of what we do. And the other explanation I use sometimes is, if you're in business, probably 100 people are going to call you or come by to visit your business this week. 96 of them are selling something. 3 of them want a donation or a sponsorship, and 1 of them's here to help you. And I'm the one. And then they get it. And it's funny because when I meet with businesses, some get it instantly. Some it's 5 or 10 minutes into our discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not selling me credit card processing, or no, you're not selling trash service or utilities or anything like that. I said, no, we work with those folks, but we're totally independent because we need to be for us to negotiate you better rates. And it can be, I have some clients saving 68 to 74% on some of their bills.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a client over in Selbyville. His trash bill went from $830 a month down to $225.
Wow.
Big money.
All right. So a lot of people may be like, what are you talking about? Save me money. So as a business owner, it would be, and this is just numbers, we're making up stuff. I have, $10,000 worth of everything from utilities to, mostly utilities and office expenses, anything that you're getting for your office, supplies and fuel. So if you got a bunch of vehicles running out, people are getting gas all the time. What are some? Right now, e-signature services. That's a huge one, actually. And when you dive into the e-signature stuff that is real easy and simple to use for your clients, those are expensive.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Have it so simple. Some other notes that off your paper we had here. Waste disposal, again, that's utilities. So I have all this stuff that I'm spending every month. And in my head, I think, okay, this is my overhead. That's just how much it is. But at the balance sheet and looking at the P&L, I said, damn, like, this is like a huge percentage of where our money's going. So what you do, what you're offering, and you're not selling anything, it's you know what? Let's just sit down. And what happened to us? Let's just sit down. Let's take a look at all the stuff that you're spending. Oh yeah, I definitely got connections here. I know people here. I know this stuff. I know how much you should be spending here. And by the time we got done, you basically said, great, let's get going on this. Now, I'm not here to steal your money or charge for stuff that you're not getting, but if I can come up with enough money for you to save, we would just get a percentage of that savings.
Exactly.
And so now I'm not spending any money. It literally has cost me no money whatsoever. But here's the thing that most people think, wow, you're asking a lot of time now. I got to do all this stuff and figure all these things, but you guys do it all. Yeah. So how's that process go from, okay, we got some savings for you. Let's get the ball going.
Typically, it's going to take 2 meetings. As we met earlier this week, about 20 minutes just to chat and get to know each other and explain how we were able to save people money. Mm-hmm. I've got a 2-minute video that really helps explain it. But then we come back and we typically are going to spend 30, 40 minutes gathering invoices. We need 3 months of invoices of each of those expenses. And then you're done, basically. Our work kicks in. We have a whole team up in a little town called Stratford, Ontario, Canada, over 100 people, and they're each in teams. So whether it's trash or utilities or credit card processing, they jump into action and they do it all day long, all year long. So
I don't understand how everyone couldn't be doing this, actually, because I've never even heard of this type of service or anything like this before. So it's really interesting that that you're here, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this, because we're literally sitting down talking about how to save money. Which option would you like to save the most money, basically?
Yeah. We finish up the analysis out of Toronto area, and it takes, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks, because they're going to look at rate databases, because you have 23,000 clients. We could kind of, okay, what's a cleaning company in Canton, Ohio pay? What's a cleaning company in Chicago pay? We got it in our databases. So we're able to cross-reference and say, okay, then we have software tools that says, okay, what fees in that bill can we get rid of? Because most people don't realize a lot of those fees in your phone bill, they're there, but you don't have to pay them. We can get rid of them. So then about the end of the 4 to 6 weeks, we sit down and we call it the pile of money meeting. So basically we bring reports saying, here's how you can save. A lot of times we're going to save with your current provider. You don't have to switch. Or if you do switch, there's even more savings. And you decide. That's the other great thing about the program is the client always decides what they want to do.
Wow.
We don't automatically take any action. As a matter of fact, I was with a Bethany Diner yesterday, and we found him almost 50% savings on his propane bill.
Wow.
And he was like, okay, is this going to be safe? Are they going to switch out so I don't have any downtime? Totally. We take care of everything. Wow. We do the full implementation. So literally we'll install the tank so that he never misses a minute of propane.
So you're waking up and you're thinking, oh my gosh, who can I save money today?
And we've grown fast.
Yeah, these small businesses are hurting right now too with everything that's gone on, and in different ways, the financial situation has really
it's been devastating. Yeah. We've had a couple clients that actually had to close because of the pandemic. One of them is coming back open soon, but some of the restaurants, it's funny because some of them struggled mightily. Some of them have thrived.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, and the ironic thing for us is our program works in a great economy or a bad economy, because if you're needing to save money in like a pandemic or a bad economy, we're here. But if the economy is good and you want to maybe market more, maybe hire some more, our savings can help you do that.
And that money can go towards hiring or advertising or whatever it is. And Sounds like a good deal to me. So, what's been the best part about being at the beach and doing this?
Well, we moved down here 5 years ago, my wife and I, and we run the business together. I kind of interface with the clients, and she handles all of the interaction with head office and all the billing and things like that. But we love it here. It's a great place to be. We say we moved from DC, and the level of anxiety and stress that comes with living in a big city like Washington went away.
Yeah.
So we're more relaxed. We enjoy our neighbors. We have, a great community we live in, and we love being able to, sometimes, after a busy week to take, an hour and go to the beach.
Beach is a must. And sometimes I'll ask somebody that's been here for a while, I'm like, so did you make it to the beach yet? No, I haven't. And we get down there just for like 10 minutes, and it just has a way of like calming you. And yeah, love it. So we came from Vegas, and half hour, 45-minute, hour wait sometimes in traffic just to get to work, and then you got to travel back. And here it's funny, like I've timed it a couple of times because I'll be getting frustrated. Oh, the traffic light. There's one light over here near Bethany, and really it only took like 7 minutes to make it through it, and I'm like, and I have to remember, like, man, in the city, 30, 40 minutes in the traffic isn't a big deal because you just got to do it, but moving down here, what would you say if someone's watching this and they're considering on moving here is one of the biggest things that do you think you should have done it sooner, or what type of feeling do you have from being here, from coming to the city? What's your biggest takeaway from it?
I think it's a couple things. One is the people are so nice because we talked, my wife and I talked a lot about it. Why is that? Well, in the past, you lived in Vegas, I lived in Washington, D.C. You did it because that's where your job was. But people are moving here because they want to be here. And I think that creates a level of friendliness and camaraderie that you don't see everywhere. We have neighbors where the rule is if the fire pit's on, come on over.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But and of course the taxes are amazingly low.
Yeah.
Our property tax dropped by like 7-fold, when we moved here.
Yeah, which is
So
crazy.
that helps too.
Yeah. The number, well, usually Maryland, New York, is a big one. I'm always like, oh, you're escaping the taxes. They're like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. Thousands of dollars into taxes and stuff.
One of my neighbors moved here from New York. I played pickleball with him, and someone called him from back in New York and says, "How is it down in Delaware?" "Oh, I love it. I play pickleball. We go to the beach." And they said, "What are your property taxes like?" And he said, $1,200. And the guy said, "Oh, is that a month?" He said, "No, that's a year."
Yeah, it's a year. Yeah, it's very nice. Pickleball. So, out of probably 100 people I've talked to, I've heard pickleball a couple times. Is there somewhere to play around here? Is there little groups that get together? Tell me more about the pickleball.
It's a fun game. It's sort of like taking tennis and miniaturizing it and making it go faster.
How do you play that down in Sea Colony, or where's somewhere someone can go?
I'm right here in Bishop's Landing, and we have 4 courts there.
Oh, right in your development.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Even the new park here in Millville, they're having pickleball courts installed. But almost every community has one now, and there's a couple public places you could play. But it's just a fast, fun game. Typically, you're going to play doubles, and it's got to have quick reflexes because it comes back pretty quick. But it's just you're using a paddle and you have a wiffle ball basically, and some people are amazing at putting it right in the corner, so it's real hard to return. But yeah, my hobbies are pickleball and crabbing. I love going out crabbing, and there's some great places down here to do that.
I'd ask you where your favorite spot is, but you don't want to do that because Oh man, so one of the best things that we started doing when we moved here from Vegas is someone went to me to go out and do oyster catching, Like, oh, okay, what, the rake and all that stuff? They're like, no. We're going to go out, and you got to be careful because there is some stuff in the bottom. So water shoes are usually best. If I was in my bare feet, which was disgusting. It's like the floor is just like, a foot of goop, And, but sure enough, I'm walking through, and I just felt these little kind of bumps, and you just reach down, grab them. And within 20 minutes, we had probably 3 dozen 4 dozen oysters, and and then you got the chicken necks out, so you're pulling up a couple crabs, and yeah, way different environment in some of these cities.
And we enjoy, sometimes on a Wednesday or Thursday, just head down and go crabbing for an hour and, catch dinner.
All right, so if someone's just moving here, and people talk about going crabbing, so all I ever see is somebody sitting at the dock holding chicken neck and a rope.
Yeah.
So what's someone look forward to when you're wanting to think about going crabbing? What do you like when you say we're gonna go crabbing? What do you?
Yeah, there's really two ways to do it. One is to find a pier somewhere and put chicken on a string, and when it starts moving away, somebody's on there, and you slowly wind it in and catch it. But we prefer going out on a boat. And on a boat, you have two choices. You can either put traps, which are about 12 by 12, and
Yep.
they flop open. You put the chicken neck in the middle, and you pull it up, and it's like Christmas. You never know what's in there. I pulled up horseshoe crabs. I pulled up, big eels and things.
Wow.
But it's exciting. And the other way is called a trot line. And basically, it's a huge line with bait every so many feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. And you bring that up over a piece of, we call it a T-bar kind of thing, where it comes up over there. And
So it stays up.
yeah, it sits on the
pull it
side of
out.
the boat, and the line comes up and it brings them out of the water, and you scoop.
Wow, I've never seen that actually.
Yeah.
So I always do the pods, but I always wondered every year I'd buy one, I put one out, and then I don't think you're supposed to leave it in there, or you're supposed to do it a certain way.
Yeah.
And people would take my pod. So anyways, so that's cool. But you started getting into helping businesses. So what's one of your favorite or most seen savings that you get someone?
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm thinking telecom was going to be big and credit card processing, but I was really surprised when I joined Schooley. We introduced trash. I thought trash is trash.
Wow.
How can you save money on that? And I was amazed how much people are overpaying for their trash. And I'm talking about businesses, not personal, but almost every client we looked at, it was coming up 50, 60, 70% savings.
Wow.
And that brings thousands and thousands of dollars, and they were overpaying. And it's so nice to be able to say to somebody, "Hey, I'm bringing you 10,000 here. I'm bringing 20,000 over here." And Schooley Mitchell has actually, in the last 4 months, had 4 or 5 clients come on board with savings over $1 million.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that you're just spending, buying stuff that you don't even need to be.
Or just over time, the expenses go up and no one really checks it. And it's sad because, there's somebody could come help. And we work with all types of businesses down here. I mean, we've got a lot of restaurants because there's so many of them here, but we work with car dealers, we work with hotels, we work with cleaning companies, we work with a little bit of everything, movie theater.
So I'm thinking the more and more businesses that go on board, the more and more savings and things, because now you're really telling these different companies, like, look, we all know what it should be. Let's all be fair, and let's pay what we should be paying. You see a lot of like added fees, even on restaurants and stuff. Like, never looked at any receipts or anything ever. Like, I never look, right? And
That's all I do is look.
Well, this woman, bless her heart, she's a great friend of mine. We call her Reality Rhonda. If you're listening, sorry, I love you. But she actually got me into this, where she said, 6 out of 10 of the receipts that you're looking at are usually wrong. I said, no, give me the receipt. And then sure enough, there was a fee on there that we wasn't supposed to be. And, it was like $10 or something. And so we ended up, getting it off. But now it's like, wow. I started looking at my electric bills, all these different services that you're looking at. And there's some type of thing. And it's like, what is that? It doesn't even make sense what that is, But you guys are saying, hey, let us help you with all this stuff because it's time consuming.
And we like to say we do 4 things for our clients. 1 is save them money, obviously. 2 is save them time, because a busy business owner doesn't have time to do all this analysis. It takes weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
The third thing is peace of mind, because once we do our analysis, they're comfortable knowing that they're not being overcharged. And the last thing is knowledge. If suddenly you get a phone bill and it jumps $100 a month, most people just pay it. But our clients call us up and say, why did my phone bill go up $100 this month? We get a look at the invoice, we send it up to our analysts, and we get them on the phone. And they go, oh, no, that increase should have been 2%, not 40%. And we have a client in Ohio that we went out to, we started working on their telephone bills. We found an error. When we did the research, it went back 9 years. And we got them a check for $34,000.
I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, that's a car.
Yeah, that's a new car. Or another employee.
Might use that as a headline.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get a new car. A car for you, like Oprah.
Yeah, we're car guys. We could do that.
So this has been great. So how do people get in touch with you?
One of two ways. Either give us a call. It's called Schooley Mitchell of Delmarva. We're based here in Millville, Delaware. The phone number for the office is 302-616-1042. Or you can email me at Brian, Brian .O'Sullivan, no apostrophe, OSULLIVAN, at Schooley, SCHOOLEY, Mitchell, MITCHELL.com. And we can set up an appointment to come out and take a look. As I always tell people, if you have a health issue, you want a second opinion. Well, we're that second opinion. It doesn't cost anything. As I said earlier, the only way we make money is so we save you money. We get our percentage out of found money. It's like walking down the street and finding a $100 bill. Would you be upset if someone walked along and said, I found that for you. Can I have a small percentage of it? Yeah. No, you're going to say, fine, let's split it. And that's what we do.
So yeah, literally from the time we talked, from when we did the initial look at, maybe 20 minutes. Most of that was talking, just chatting about other stuff and cars. And but it's pretty much a no-brainer, guys. So all that information we're going to have down on the links below. We're also going to have it so you guys can just click into it and go right to their setup time to sit down. For any business owner listening, it's a no-brainer. Everybody should be. It's just a second opinion, like you said. Someone to sit down. There's no catch. There's no anything. It's just let's try to find you money. In that found money, which you were already paying anyways, we'll get a little bit of that, but your overall is going to go down. So.
And one last story is we're working with one of the big restaurant chains here. They have 7 locations. We met with the CFO, and she said to us, you'll probably find a couple $100 of savings. We're pretty diligent about making sure we're not overpaying. When we finished up, we were at $32,000.
Holy cow.
Yeah. She was amazed. And as a matter of fact, the owner of that restaurant told me, any restaurant you want an introduction to, call me. He said, I believe in what you do.
Yeah, and restaurants too, the amount of money that they're spending on, food and everything that goes on to get that food onto your plate, and you're paying like, $20 or something. It's like, you don't realize that a lot of that money is going out for, the cost of everything. So for someone to come in and say, hey, you maybe have your ducks in a row, but with our connections and our backing and our history behind doing this, we've got a proven system on finding. It's like having an auditor look at your information instead of whatever, so really cool.
And you could hire somebody or 2 or 3 people to do it, but then you'd be eating up all your savings with hiring those people and paying them. And they're not experts. Our team, that's all they do all day.
It's almost like a 0%, an employee that you're not paying.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 100% commission for you, so wow.
And, and the other thing I failed to mention was this isn't a one-time come in and do it once. We go back in every quarter for you to look at the expenses. Wow. We're going to look for 3 things. One is, are there new costs in there? Are there billing errors in there? And the third thing is, are there new vendors that we could talk to?
Yeah, because a lot of time new vendors are coming out and you're too busy to know anything going on.
Yeah.
But you guys are like, hey, we just found this company. They're willing to come in lower because they're just starting whatever. Oh, it's
kind of funny. It's kind of funny because some of the vendors have a love-hate relationship with us. They love us because we bring them clients. They're kind of a little negative because they know what we're asking for,
Yeah.
which is lower costs.
Mm.
And most of them say, okay, it's worth it to bring on new clients to give them
Yeah.
the lower
Yeah.
expenses that we.
It's a win-win for everybody.
It is.
Really.
Yeah.
It's just telling people, hey, let's just be fair across the board.
Right. You don't need to charge all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This has been good. So we got some lightning round questions here. You ready?
Okay. Ready. Let's do it.
All right. In the 302 area,
Yes.
somebody just coming down here. What's your favorite place to eat on a Wednesday?
Wow. You know, I should talk about a client, but I won't here. I absolutely love Woody's crab cakes.
Woody's crab cakes. Where is that at?
Woody's up in Dewey.
Oh my gosh, I've never been there.
You haven't been to
No,
Woody's?
I gotta go.
Oh, yeah. He's right on the main strip.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I gotta go. I can't believe I haven't eaten them.
They are the best crab cakes I think I've ever had.
Wow. Now, is it the crab cakes that have a lot of the stuff in it, or is it you're getting crab?
Lump crab. It's,
Nice.
and it's the size of a softball. It's
Oh wow.
amazing.
Yeah, sometimes it's like it's not cheap, and they'll come out. It's like a little tiny golf ball or something.
Yeah.
All right. So, out of your life experience and sales and all that, or just in general, what's one out of a book, video, tool, software, one favorite thing that has given you a shift in life? Favorite book, tool, video, software, movie, something.
Yeah, I'd probably say way back in my younger life, I worked for a publishing company, and I got to work with some pretty famous people. One was a marketing guru named Jay Abraham, and literally worked with him every day for almost 3 years.
Really?
And every time he had a seminar, and there were like 30,000.
Like working side by side?
Yeah.
Wow.
I published his newsletter. I was the group publisher for him. And every time he did a seminar, he said, Brian, you got to fly to LA. I go, Jay, I was in the last one. He goes, you learn one new marketing strategy, and it's worth the trip. Okay. And I learned those 3 years were probably the most productive, and it turned my life. Really, it got me a real focus on business and how to help businesses. And look at, here I am years later out there helping businesses. And we save them money, of course, but they're friends of mine. So I try to help them. Yeah. I'm always on social media promoting my clients. I'm always looking for ways. Our movie theater in Dagsboro had to close because of the pandemic. We did a fundraiser. My wife and I went out on social media and talked to our neighbors and raised thousands of dollars for her.
The theater?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it donation. I gave to that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you guys were a part of that. That's neat.
Yeah, we wanted to help her out, and whenever we see a cause like that, we try to do that. And we mentioned this the other day when we met that our goal is to put 10% of our profits to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Wow.
Down in Memphis.
Wow, that's pretty amazing, and that's how life goes. Well, people tithe or just giving in general, it has a way of coming back to you. And if everybody was that same way, where hey, you get, you give, you get, you give, and it just goes back and forth. Love it.
Have you heard of float therapy? Holy cow, this is like the biggest secret in America, I think the world. Famous people, athletes, all these people are doing float therapy. And it's called Urban Float in Rehoboth. You can go to urbanfloat.com, click on Rehoboth, and check out these guys. You're basically sitting on 1,200 pounds of Epsom salt. Everything just feels so amazing. And you're on this weightless, de-stressing pod for an hour. I love it. You get a discount your first time. You can also let them know that you're from 302 Lifestyle. Check them out, guys. Sponsored by Urban Float.
What's one of the biggest mistakes that you've made, and how did you overcome it?
Wow. This goes back a few years, but in 2006, I had made a lot of money for companies through my efforts, and I wanted to get out on my own. And I looked at businesses, and I bought a trucking company in 2006.
It seems like a left turn.
Yeah, that was I had majored in transportation and logistics, and I thought, okay, this old man was running the business. I should be able to handle this. And it turns out that the economy was about to tank. He picked the perfect time to sell. And I actually had a contract with FedEx where I delivered his DC freight. And it got really ugly there for a while. I mean, it was
Wow.
covering payroll, and I had a huge warehouse and, 8 trucks out on the road, and days that 7 of them sat there because we didn't have enough freight to deliver. And, I look at that and I go, that changed my life, because I had a good conversation with Fran Tarkenton, who became a friend of mine through Jay Abraham. He was the Vikings quarterback that lost 4 Super Bowls. And, we talked about that one day, Jay and Fran and I talked about that. And he said, you've got to learn from your mistakes and you've got to focus on what you do well. And I ended up getting into sales, and I ended up, getting into internet marketing. And now, I don't think what I do is work, because I just enjoy it so much, meeting different business owners and helping them out. And someone asked me recently, how many hours do you put in a week? I said, that's a tough question, because, do you count the hours that I spend having dinner at my client's restaurant? I might chat with them for 10 minutes, but yeah, we work hard, but we have a lot of fun at it.
Wow.
And I've learned a lot.
And I love that too, that I've had a couple people on here that, and I think it's how you handle your perception on things. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the moment of something you think it's not what you want, so you're upset because of the outcome that you're getting. But the truth is that almost everything is for you, not against you. In some way, somewhere down the road, I'm able to look back and think, wow, even all that bad stuff, it ended up working out for me. You know what I mean? And I had one gentleman, he started the Cedar Eatery down in Lewis there. And he was in a class, and the class teacher said, if you don't have $1 million in your pocket, get out. Don't even start a restaurant. I guess that's what he was trying to do. He said, well, that sucks, because I don't have any money. And he kept going anyways. And sure enough, as one of the most successful little restaurants down there, I don't know if you've been there, the Seed Eatery, amazing, healthy food. And just countless story after story after story of someone taking a hit in some way, and then you just change your perception of how you're going to look at it. You know what? How can I get through this? What else can I do? Who do I got to talk to? And having a mentor in your life, or someone that you look up to for a different perspective, I think is a big key. So, wow, that's a great story.
I just ordered a sign for my office. It's a quote from Kobe Bryant. He says, I can't relate to people who blame others for their failures. Success comes from hard work and perseverance. No excuses.
No excuses.
I look at that and I go, that's what I feel. And, it's with what I do now, I'm not in a big city. We're not in New York or Chicago or LA, where clients are all over the place. I've got to work a little harder. But, in the end, it's worth it, because I love my life down here, and now being able to help local businesses, it's perfect.
So there's a story about someone comes into a meeting. Oh, sorry, I'm late. Gosh, this person got a flat tire, and I had to get out and help them. This is, well, you can look at it that way, or you can look at it as, man, I was coming into work, and I'm so blessed. I'm able and capable of getting out and helping someone else that was having a hard time, and get them on the road. And I was able to do that for somebody else. There's just maybe I was there at the right time just for this person. And so there's 2 ways of looking at it. One, life's to me, against me, victim. The other way is, wow, this is for me. I'm able, capable, and have people in my life that I can help. So love this conversation. I could go on forever with this. Last question I got.
Okay. I'm ready.
What is one question I should have asked you, and what's your answer?
I would say the one question you didn't ask me was, where do you see this going?
Yeah.
And I met up at training many years ago. I met with Dennis Schooley, the founder of this company, and I said to him, Dennis, tell me about how many franchises succeed at Schooley Mitchell. And he said to me, 262, Brian. I said, what's that mean? He said, 2 out of 10 are going to work super hard grow a successful business, help a lot of businesses, and become financially independent. So 6 of the 10 will get to a certain level and say, that's enough, I'm comfortable. Okay. And 2 of the 10, he said, will basically spend the money to join the organization, go back and do nothing and be gone in a year. And I said, Dennis, I'm going to be one of the 2. And sure isn't going to be one of the bottom 2.
Yeah.
And so, that's my focus every day, is to reach more businesses, because, it's not selling, it's helping. And once they understand that because it's the only challenge I face is they get bombarded so much for people trying to sell them all kinds of things.
It's 3 times a day.
When you reach out to them, they think that's what you are. And I've got to quickly say, no. That's not what I do. All I do is help you save money. And once they get it, they go, come on in.
Interesting. Yeah. I even sent a message back. All right, how much is this going to cost?
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
doesn't cost you a dime.
Not a dime. Yep. And, and that helps. That's a business model that I like, where, if we're not going to charge up front, it's free. If we can't find savings, it's free,
Love it.
As a matter of fact, I put this in the notes to you that if someone signs up and meets with us and gives us the invoices so we can do analysis, if I can't find him savings in one category, I'll give him $100 out of my pocket to say, thanks for your time.
Wow.
That's how confident I am that I can help.
And that's a big one. So guys, basically a win-win. You can't argue with no risk. And what a great, company vision. Overall, just what a great life to just go around helping people, and especially right now. So guys, once again, we're going to put all the information down below, so you can just click, do whatever you need to do, email, contact you directly, set up your meeting, save some money, and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
And guys, in the meantime, keep living the 302 lifestyle. And if you are a business owner or you're in connection with a business right now, you definitely need to go down below and get in touch with these guys. All right.
Thank you, Dylan.
Oh. All right, guys. Thank you.
Wish you could spend more time having fun and less time with chores? Go to 302beachtalk.com to get $20 off a home cleaning. You'll be entered to win a completely free cleaning. Eat, play, serve. Sponsored by That Guy with a Broom.